What kind of acting earns you 8 Emmy nominations and 4 wins for Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series? That honor goes to Peter Dinklage, who brought Tyrion Lannister, the imp, to life in Game of Thrones. Among his countless brilliant performances, one scene stands out. The moment Tyrion was falsely accused of poisoning King Joffrey, and he stood trial in front of the entire court. His emotional outburst wasn't just acting, it was history in the making.
I've been on trial for that my entire life. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had.
Tyrion Lannister was the 3rd child of Tywin Lannister. His mother died giving birth to him, and for that, both his father and sister blamed him endlessly. Since childhood, he endured all kinds of prejudice and cruelty, even being called the shame of House Lannister. The only one who ever truly treated him like family was Jaime. That rare bit of warmth was all Tyrion had. Growing up under such resentment, Tyrion developed a sharp tongue and biting wit, earning him the nickname the Imp. But beneath the sarcasm was a kind soul who despised tyranny and sympathized with the weak. When King Robert arrived at Winterfell, Tyrion didn't even bother to join the royal welcome. Instead, he headed straight to a local brothel, showing zero regard for royal etiquette. That night, while everyone else celebrated, Tyrion went to see Jon Snow. He directly called Jon a bastard, provoking him on purpose. Jon stormed off, furious. But Tyrion's goal wasn't mockery. It was to force Jon to face who he was and stop hiding from it.
Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hedge.
Those words made Jon see Tyrion differently, and on their journey to the Wall, the two formed a bond that would last for years. On his way back to King's Landing, Tyrion learned Bran had lost the use of his legs, so he made a special trip to Winterfell, just to gift him a saddle design that would help him ride again. Robb Stark was suspicious and didn't understand Tyrion's gesture, but for Tyrion, helping someone like Bran, another boy cast aside by fate, was personal.
On horseback, you'll be as tall as any of them.
He both feared and hated his father, desperately longing for approval not because of the Lannister name, but because of his own worth. That's why he once told Bran that wasn't just encouragement for Bran, it was Tyrion's own truth. Later, when Joffrey recklessly had Ned Stark executed, Tywin realized the boy king needed to be reined in. He named Tyrion Acting Hand of the King. Tyrion was overjoyed, thinking he had finally earned his father's recognition. He returned to King's Landing whistling with pride, but Cersei was furious. Even at the small council, she made no effort to hide her disdain for her little brother. Still, Tyrion began to show just how brilliant and strategic he could be. He convinced Cersei to agree to a prisoner exchange to free Jaime. But before they could act, Joffrey stirred up more chaos, ordering a citywide purge of Robert Baratheon's bastards. Though Joffrey sat on the throne, he wasn't Robert's son at all, but the child of Cersei and Jaime. Still, Joffrey shared none of the better traits from either side. He was cruel, erratic, and dangerously arrogant. After taking the throne, Joffrey imprisoned Sansa Stark and took pleasure in tormenting her. He forced her to look at her father's severed head, and often had guards beat her in front of him for fun. Once, he humiliated Sansa in public, only for Tyrion to step in and stop him. Tyrion always felt deep sympathy for Sansa. He even tried to convince her to end the engagement. But Sansa, broken and numb, simply told him, "I am loyal to my beloved Joffrey."
Lady Stark, you may survive us yet.
Joffrey's behavior was partly due to Cersei's indulgence, but with Jaime captured and Robb Stark rebelling, Cersei was slowly losing control of her monstrous son. Tyrion used this power vacuum to strengthen his position. As acting hand, his first order of business was to remove the severed heads from the Red Keep walls, including those of Ned Stark and his family. Then, he stripped the commander of the City Watch of his rank for aiding Joffrey's purge, and promoted Bran, the man who had helped him win the trial by combat. He also sent the traitorous commander to the Wall as punishment. Tyrion knew Cersei had spies in the small council, so he devised a plan to root them out. He told Grand Maester Pycelle that Princess Myrcella would be sent to Dorne, told Varys she'd be married into the Iron Islands, and told Littlefinger she'd go to the Vale. Before each of them left, he warned, "This is a secret, not a word to anyone." When Cersei confronted him with Pycelle's version of the plan, Tyrion had his answer. Pycelle admitted everything. He'd been her informant for years, even betraying both Jon Arryn and Ned Stark. Tyrion had him thrown into the dungeons immediately. In truth, Myrcella was sent to Dorne to win the loyalty of House Martell. As he scored win after win against Cersei, Tyrion finally earned real power at the council table. But peace never lasts long in Westeros. Joffrey's cruel rule and the food shortages sparked a full-scale riot. The royal procession was torn,